Okay, now what we're going to have to do is we're going to do a little dashboard navigation kind of, I'll give you shortcuts on how to find everything in the back office of YouTube, and obviously it's going to be an expansion every time you're there. But once you're signed into your Google account, you'll see your profile picture there and everything. We're going to go directly to youtube.com, and because I'm already signed in right here, I've got this account right here, and then I'm going to click it, and you'll see that it shows my channel. I can switch accounts right here. I can sign out. I can use a different theme. I can mess with my settings. Okay. Typically, once I go to YouTube and I click here, I'm typically only going to go to the YouTube Studio is where I usually just click to. Okay, and this takes you into the YouTube Studio. So this is the back office of YouTube, and really the dashboard is okay. So just real quick, let me tell you about this. They have a new beta dashboard coming out, YouTube Studio Beta, that I'm not a huge fan of yet, but I'm sure we're going to end up having to learn it. But it does allow you to swing back and forth to the Creator Studio Classic is what they call it. But since I'm here directly, we're gonna look this one over first. It's real simple to navigate your dashboard by looking at these things. A lot of times you can scroll down, and they'll probably end up letting you add stuff to this page and look at it and so on. But you got your dashboard, which is your basic stuff right out of the gate, your analytics, your latest video that you put up, and maybe some news, because they have a really good creator channel by the people that do the YouTube videos and stuff like that. It's kind of cool to check those out. But then if you click on videos, any videos that you have uploaded are going to be right here. Now, let me navigate a couple things real quick, just so you know. When in this new beta studio, when you hover over something, okay, you're going to have you get your link that you can click on that will take you directly to the video to edit it. Okay, I'm going to go back to that. You've got these little options, okay, where you can edit, the information. You can share it. You can promote it, which is advertising. You can download the video, or you can delete it. Okay, so that's kind of cool. You can do these types of things right here. In most cases, you're going to see that it'll have your views, your comments, likes versus dislikes, depending on what you have. Okay, and then if at any time you need to delete something, you can obviously click on that. If you check it, we're going to have this pop up. It's going to give you an edit. You can title it, give it description, add tags, and so on. And then maybe you can't delete it on here. One of these is, but that's why I'm trying to learn this new back office as well. Or you can create a playlist if you got a bunch of videos in there and so on. But anyhow, what I need to do is I need to take you to the Creator Studio Classic, which is my favorite one to be using. So we're going to go there. I don't have time. I got to move to get you going real quick. All right, so it's going to flip over to the Creator Studio Classic. And I only have in this account, I only got 4 videos into this, but I just wanted to give you some examples, okay? Now, real quick, just to let you know, the dashboard, you can see that one's usually what it'll default to depending on where you're at. You can see on the dashboard, I basically have videos, and then I've got some other information on here. Now, it says add a widget. I can either here or here. What I can do is, like, let's say I want to look at my analytics. I just click the press button or plus button, and now it's got the analytics. But let's say I want my videos to be up here so I can see them immediately. You see this little hover over and it's got the cross. You can just drag this and move it around and it'll do that for you. If I don't want this notification there, but I want my analytics there, I'll put that up there. Actually, let's do it again. Maybe. I'll just X that out. That's what it was. That was just a notification. Aha. What's new? Let's go with tips. So we're going to add tips to it. But I don't want my tips there. I'm going to put the tips down here. Maybe. Here we go. No, I'm not. There we go. I moved it up. So anyhow, sometimes you just got to play around with these things to get there. But the primary places that you're going to visit in most cases is you're going to go to your dashboard, so you can kind of get a quick up to speed thing, look at your views, your subscribers, and so on. These are not on your channel unless you add vidIQ, which I will show you in a later video. So just ignore that for now. Video Manager is where you're going to primarily spend a lot of your time, because this is where you're going to be able to do similar to what I just showed you in the new beta version. This is where you can go in here, you can edit your video, you can pull up other things. This is why I thought that it would have a delete button on that other one, because it's on this one. So you can go in here and see these different things. This, just so you know real quick, when it shows a globe, that means that it's public. When it shows a lock, it means it's private. And if I click on that, I might be able to, and the other one is unlisted. Okay, let me explain the difference to you real quick, just so you know. Public means anybody can search it by keyword or anything like that, and it is shared with the public. Private, when I set something as private, only if you are logged into my account or your account, or if you share it directly with someone's Gmail or email account and give them a kind of a login, can you see the video. Okay, so in that case you might have like home videos you want to keep private or so on. Unlisted, I use a lot of videos unlisted when I do my advertising or training videos that I don't want to put on my primary YouTube channel, but maybe I did something that I wanted to show somebody and I have it uploaded on YouTube. I can just share the direct link to it with them, but it's going to be as kind of it's going to show as unlisted. Okay, so just so you know that. Now let me keep navigating here. On here you've got on the left hand side, then when you click playlists you can do a few things. I do not have any playlists on this channel. To add a new playlist, all I'm going to do is create a playlist by clicking that, and I'm going to go new playlist, and you click create, and then what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to add videos to it. So when you click add, there's the add videos button. I click it, it's going to either find my YouTube videos. So let's say I added this one and this one and this one, so all three of those. And if I don't want one of those, I change my mind, I can click on it, it'll go back out. Add videos to that, you'll see them populate here. If I want to move them, might be, let me see if I can, oh, I see what it is, it's oops, my bad. If I want to move them, you see this little drag button, I can make that one the first video or swap it out. Okay, now I want to add a video to this one because I only had 3 on here. I can go by URL, paste a YouTube URL here. So if I actually went to YouTube and let's say I wanted to add someone else's video to it, let's say I want to add, and when you first get it, it's going to throw some bizarre stuff on what you can, well, let's get a football video. I'm going to copy the link address here, and then I'm going to paste it there, and that's it. So if I wanted to make a playlist with my favorite motivational videos, but they're not on my channel, I could do that, add the video, and you'll notice that it'll populate right here, greatest trick plays. If I wanted to move it, real simple, just drag and drop. Okay, so I want to go back to the studio because we're going to keep staying back here. So basically making a playlist is pretty simple, and that's how you do that. Okay, I gotta go back to Creator Studio Classic. Usually in most cases it'll probably continue, especially if it's a new channel, it's going to default you right to that one. Okay, so the other thing is, so Video Manager, that's what we were just in. You can get to it a couple ways, but we're going to use this as an example right here. Showed you playlists. Live streaming, you can do live streaming. Let me click on that, where you can actually just do it just like Facebook Lives and so on, where you can get started, record yourself. It'll have a actually comment section on the side and so on. Okay. Community. Community basically is all the people that you have in your organization or people who've liked. So you've got your subscribers, you got settings, you got your credits, that kind of thing, and you can go in and like if you want, you can have certain you can set it up to where your settings, community settings, you can actually put words in here that moderate, like a YouTube channel, approved users, hidden users, block the words. Like if you don't want a bunch of people, people commenting with F-bombs or cuss words and stuff like that, you can actually put those in here, and it'll automatically will block those, and you would have to, unblock them for those comments to be set. The other thing is default settings. You're going to kind of go through here and look. Allow all comments, hold all comments for review. If you've got some, in a lot of cases, most of the time, I'll just do allow all comments. You will typically get a notification from YouTube in an email form when somebody makes a comment on your channel. That way you can go in and reply to it, which is what you definitely want to do. Make sure you keep engagement on your channel. Or if you see something that's inappropriate, that you got a thing, if somebody didn't like your video and made some stupid comments, which happens quite often, you can go in there and delete it or disable the comments. If you got a video that's getting hammered by some people that are being really bad, you you can just disable all comments on that video, or and so on, okay? Or for certain videos you can do that. You don't have to do them for all. This is actually would be all comments, so don't do that here. But in a video you can actually do that. Okay, next thing, we're going to go to channel. I'm going to skip the credits there. In your channel, you're going to see that it's got a few things in here. Copyright status. Here's the thing: is if you ever use music in your videos, such as you know, like your favorite songs or whatever in a video, you will not be able to monetize that video yourself, but you might get an email that says you have a copyright status, copyright infringement. But the good news is it's not going to shut your channel down, because what will happen is, like, if you put in a U2 song in your video and the algorithms figured out that it was a U2 song in your video, YouTube will claim a copyright infringement and they will monetize your video on their behalf. So you don't have to do anything, but your video is going to have an ad running on it, because they're going to get paid on their music one way, shape, or form. So it's not a big deal. So if you ever get one of those, don't freak out. And in a lot of cases, the emails will say don't freak out, you know, in better terms of what I just said. Community guideline status. This is basically, you know, if you do some things wrong, you can kind of go in and look at what things you can and can't say in YouTube videos. You know, they're pretty lenient. I think I only had one strike in 11 years on mine, and mine's about to expire. So it takes a bunch of them to really mess the thing up before your channel gets deleted. I will tell you this: you want to obviously not use this for, you know, terrible things and calling people out and making fun of people. They'll obviously shut your channel down. Now, there's also some other things here. There's some extra things you're going to notice down here that says uploading is enabled, monetization is ineligible. The reason it's ineligible for me to get paid when if I run ads in front of my videos, or if you did, is because there's not enough people on my channel yet. You have to get at least 1,000 subscribers before you can do that stuff. I am automatically eligible in this account for for live streaming. You can just click enable. Sorry, it's a big word for me. Now the other thing is once you start getting some traffic on here and getting your channel built bigger, eventually, I'm sorry, you can. It's defaulted to where it's not going to allow you to put a video more than 15 minutes on here. If I wanted to, I could click enable. That way I can do longer videos. Same thing with these custom thumbnails. You're going to have to just build up your channel with some stuff first, and as your channel gets bigger and bigger, a lot of these will give you the enable buttons, and you can kind of put those in here. Same thing with a custom URL. So at the end of this, instead of it saying, you know, this weird stuff at the end of it, you'll be able to put your name there or whatever you want to do. Okay. Now, upload defaults. This is going to save you a lot of time right here. Upload defaults is basically whenever you publish a video, and I'll show you that in a second. Whenever you upload a video, it's going to default as either public, unlisted, or private based on what you leave. If you list that, you can, whenever you upload a video, it will not go public. Okay, and you have the option, obviously, when you're doing the video to do it, but this is just defaulted as public. Okay, it stays like that. Categories, if you'd like to categorize your stuff, maybe I typically do mine as education, because I'm kind of trying to educate people. It's kind of more of a training channel thing. The standard YouTube license, I leave that on. And then titles. The reason for a title is if you wanted to put a default title for all your videos, Mike Healy's channel, and then dash whatever the title of your video is, I would not put anything in here if I was you. Okay, now here's the thing I would do is I would put a description in here that I typically replicate in every video that saves you time as you start doing it. Okay, what the description is it's the, if you go to a video, and this may or may not come up. There's no such thing as... But what happens is, this is the description area. You see how they have the title, and then they've got the, subscribe to the Seahawks channel, that kind of thing, is what they're doing in theirs. So they just copied and pasted that and defaulted it there. So that's what I would recommend. Tags are basically keywords for your channel that you would want to have on here. So basically, if you were doing specifically, as an example of myself, a network marketing dominant channel, I would put like MLM, comma, network marketing, comma, multi-level marketing, comma, and so on. Now, I typically, what I do is before I do all this, I typically type it out on a Word document so I can just copy and paste it and drop it in, and we're good to go. Okay. Again, comments and ratings, you can leave this, allow all comments. or you can actually do what you have to do. You can only allow the comments that are approved and so on. But I typically don't mess with a lot of this stuff right here. My important thing that I like to have though is leave it on public. I put a description and my tags in there so I don't have to keep doing it and copy and pasting and so on. Okay, and the statistics are basically how many views you have on that channel, likes, dislikes, that kind of thing. I always leave that on there because people like to look at that number. Branding, real quick. Yeah, we're going to leave this because I did make some edits in there. You can add a watermark to your channel, which basically overlays on your video, and you would use what they call a PNG image if you wanted. You can create those pretty much for free on different websites. You can just Google that and figure out how to make a watermark image, or have somebody on Fiverr do that. If you click on advanced, real quick, what advanced are is your channel keywords. Now these would basically allow you to kind of allow Google to segment you where they want you, as far as like you put channel keywords. If I put like network marketing, multi-level marketing, and so on, that would be kind of something I would have there. Advertisements, if you want, eventually you can allow that on here, disable that. AdWords account. Now once you start advertising with Google, using AdWords, and I have obviously a training on that, which is spectacular. I mean, I just advertise like crazy on AdWords with this. You have to link an AdWords account to it. The cool part is if you don't have one, you can just click it and it will take you directly into setting one up, okay, with your primary account and so on. And I would highly recommend that you do that, because I'm going to show you some videos in here on how to advertise YouTube videos to get even more bang for your buck, not just waiting for organic traffic to show up, but definitely how to get paid. The other thing, channel recommendations, allow channels to appear in other channels' recommendations. I usually leave all these the way they are. Analytics, it's not going to mean much to you in the beginning, but eventually you want to kind of check this out, because what you're going to be able to do is go in and see what kind of content you're putting out, what kind of engagement you have, like watch time in minutes. And the other thing too you want to notice is that up here in this top right corner, you'll be able to click on this and actually pull up certain statistics based on the last 30 days, last 7 days, first 7 days. Comparatively, if I put in lifetime, it'll give me kind of a rough estimate. And obviously I took off some videos that were on here, but as an example, I actually was growing this channel pretty fast, and then I put a kibosh on it because I didn't want to publicly put this one out there, and so I kind of hid everything and that kind of thing. But you can kind of see how it just went from like that to boom, boom, boom. Oops, I clicked the button on here. And obviously you can click on just about anything and go dive deeper into it. Same thing, it'll show you what your popular videos are, the demographics, things like that. So the analytics page overview, you can see stuff in real time, which is once your channel starts to get some pretty good growth on it, watching real time is pretty amazing, because you can see people coming on, going off and stuff like that you can do. Watch time, reports, premium, traffic sources, devices, and so on. So you can go through all these and check them out. And then last thing is translations and transcripts. We'll see on here, you can actually, they will typically allow you can get translations of your videos, like it'll transcribe them is what it will do. And then in the create area, there's different things in the create area, which is cool, is if you don't have music, this is all free. And you can look it up by category, like genre, mood, instrument, and so on. And let's say I wanted to make a let's say I wanted a holiday, jazz and blue type sound, and the mood would be happy, and it will start to sort these out. And then you just click the play button, and maybe I don't like that one, I'll try this one. Oh, I love that one. And then all you do is you click download, and it downloads, and you can actually add music that is non-copyrighted music that YouTube gives you for free. Same thing with sound effects. Okay, you can go in here for sound effects, and you can actually type in here. So let's say I wanted to, 50 caliber shell drops. Right, so if somebody was making a 50 caliber gun cock, flyby, A10. Okay, so you can see, you can go in here, and again, you can just download all these things and upload them and so on. So let me go back to dashboard real quick. I know this was kind of a long thing, but it's just you needed a little browse. One other thing right here, when you go into the account for the first time, This is where you're going to click on this little movie button or movie thing, and it says upload a video. And then this, like I said, I added vidIQ, so it's not going to show on yours until you add that. But then when I upload a video, it's going to be public. It's automatically at public or whatever. Oh, and you can schedule something, which is kind of neat. So if I click scheduled, once I upload this, it will ask me when I want to schedule it for publication. So if you become consistent with like putting videos out there for like, you know, on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock, then what you're going to do is you're just going to upload it, click schedule, and it might be Sunday afternoon you do it, but it publishes at that exact time. And then all you do is you basically find a video on your your computer, and you drag it in there, and it gets set up. So I'm going to show you the details of that in a minute in the next video, or next couple videos, whatever it is, and then and so on. So that was just kind of a long version of your dashboard. Again, click on here, YouTube Studio. It's going to default back to beta because that's where it's at. If I want to go to Creator Studio Classic, I can click that button and go through here. So that's kind of a little tour of the back office. Some of this stuff you're just going to get in there and play around with. But I'll show you the important things here in a minute. Thanks. See you on the other videos.